I've seen real life examples of that. I've seen organisations where employees have held on in a very disgruntled and unhappy place, and then the minute the market has opened up again, they've jumped ship from the companies who haven't looked after them for the last year, and they're making themselves available elsewhere. I just don't think pastoral care has ever been more important in the role of leadership. I've always advocated leading with heart and nurturing your team, but it's never been more relevant, has it? And I think the challenges of engaging and nurturing a really distributed workforce are one of the biggest barriers. And part of the solution is a really human approach, and the other part is a really innovative approach. Like, how do I connect with these people when I am miles from them? And there's some technology solutions, there's some communication solutions, but anyone who's not thought really carefully about how they're going to do that has dropped the ball, haven't they?
Absolutely. Interestingly, as an insight into one of my clients, I was talking to the sales director who was having regular Zoom meetings. I think it was like every Monday.
Yeah.
And he sort of went, if you can have a round table on a Zoom meeting, you know, a round table of what's happened, where we up to, and it was every Monday. And the feedback that came back after the first couple of weeks was that the team were finding it really intimidating.
Right.
And they're a really good bunch of ladies and gentlemen. You know, they weren't taking the mickey in any way.
Yeah.
Almost like the pressure of, well, nothing since last Monday. I'm working on that thing, you know, I'm working on, you know, and he thought that he was putting. He was caring and he was listening and he was
right.
putting them along. They're sitting there going, well, it's like the Spanish Inquisition, this, you know, and it's funny, isn't it, how wires can get crossed and people can think they're being there for their people, but actually they're being quite oppressive with it.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a bit there. I'm sure that the person you're referring to is a very capable, competent individual, but I wonder if there's something there about what our benchmarks for success were, because I know that, you know, some of the businesses that I've had direct experience with, it may have been that, you know, the year and a half ago, the benchmark for success was, you know, quite high and quite well defined. Did you hit this number of calls, hit this metric, have this number of engaged conversations, create this many opportunities, whatever it might be? And actually had a funny conversation recently with someone who was like, you know, our new benchmark is, did you brush your hair and not cry today? Because, you know, if you've got to the end of the day without any kind of emotional breakdown, you're smashing life right now. And I realise that's a bit flippant, and I certainly do expect slightly more than that out of my team. For those of my team that are listening, please do more than that. But the benchmark did change, and I wonder if we continue to hold people accountable for a set of performance standards that we can achieve in an environment of, you know, beautiful office and lots of interaction. If we were expecting the same, we're setting ourselves up for disappointment.